What are you guys talking about?
Nothing. Headaches.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin, and with me, as always, is the cyborg Mark. Say hi, Mark.
This is weird energy.
Say hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Take two. Hello.
How's it going? Hey, Ryan, how are things?
Things are well.
That's good. Good to hear. Hi, Megan. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Are you doing a WandaVision thing?
I don't know what I'm doing.
For somebody who hates canned laughter, you
goodness.
sure do have it at your fingertips.
Yeah, I do, and I use it liberally.
I see why they like it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Here we are, back again with all of our friends. I have a huge bombshell to drop on all of you that I found out right before. Well, Megan knows too.
Do I?
The Alter Ego Podcast has officially generated some revenue over at Seven Land Productions. Let's hear it for ourselves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We crossed the barrier of the minimum for a royalty
And
check.
that's because of all of our wonderful listeners. Think you're good. Go ahead. Hit me with something.
There we go.
Perfect. All right. So we generated some money, and I really want to treat all of you with some of these funds that we've gotten. Does anybody want to ballpark how much money we've earned?
$12.
Okay.
$37,000.
One of you shot way high.
Is it
The
him?
other one
Damn. All right.
is Mark.
$6.
We did generate $1, baby. Let's hear it. We got ourselves $1.
Hey, if this was the Price is Right, we might have us a brand new car, a showroom.
Every single one of
We don't want
us. Every
everything.
single one of us can hit the gumball machine. Is all I
Yeah.
have to
We're
say.
going to Mickey D's and we're
sure.
splitting a double cheeseburger 4 ways.
Whoa,
Wow.
bro. It's a McDouble.
Let's
Yeah,
relax.
and-
Get your jargon right.
Oh,
Who's
there's
got the
sales
tax?
tax.
Ryan and I have been very detrimental to the McDouble community in our lifetimes.
Oh, yeah.
And a swallow of
I
a double
crush
anything is not
those
enough
things
of
so
anything.
Wow,
One
that's
swallow,
It's a
please.
quote for the podcast there.
You're the one that went there.
I did not. I said we've decimated the McDouble population, and you said any swallow of a McDouble is never good enough, or a McDouble anything.
Everybody would agree with me, and only half of the listeners would probably mentally go there.
Excuse me,
Jeez, Megan.
other beefy
No,
nerds
my
out
stomach
there.
is growling because I'm thinking about a double
Other
cheeseburger.
beefy nerds out there in audio land,
Yes.
please tell us who's right here. Come on. Just DM us. I'll know it's me.
I'll know it's me.
I don't know. I do like
Jack, it's from your personal account. I don't get it.
You know what else is from my personal account?
What's that?
Ford Supply Company.
Ooh.
This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men, with scents like tropical teakwood, citrus IPA, cypress pine, and many more. Visit their website at fordsupply.com to order online and use promo code ALTEREGO to get 10% off your order. Ford soap, real soap, no B asterisks. Tony Anello's. Tony Anello's Southern Italian cuisine is great. Fuck!
What?
I was
the
going to
F
go
word.
right through. I was going to go right through.
You just said the F word.
We just got kicked off that
I
website.
did. And I actually got a list of things we can't say on one of our new
So
hosting
is
sites.
that after this episode? Or are
No.
you gonna back that
Alter
up?
Ego's not making it to that one, but I figured I
Oh.
would just go ahead and share.
I wonder why not.
Yeah, I'm not going to say them, but
I wonder if that's only why we've only made $1.
Nobody
Okay.
Or
wants
is it
us.
or is it our 11 listeners?
Okay.
But we
you
love
can't
you,
say, and this is the exact language. You can't say the F word, the N word, and other racial or ethnic slurs. Any slurs
Sarah?
aimed at the LGBT community, the C word, hate speech, shit, bullshit, bitch, prick, penis, pussy, cock, goddamn, oh my God, Jesus Christ,
Wow.
explicit language or explicit sexual language. Can't say any of that.
I thought cock
So
was
I
the
can't
C
talk
word.
about clapping cheeks?
You can do that.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you can't talk about gay clapping cheeks.
And you can say bastard and son of a bitch. You can say that. That's the
You
same
said
thing.
you can't say anything in regards to the LGBTQ.
It's clapping cheeks. That's not a slur.
No, it's just
Oh,
truth.
I didn't catch the slur part. I thought
yeah,
you were just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
you couldn't identify. I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. That list just brought me so much joy.
Yeah, and you just said all the naughties.
Yeah, but Alter Ego's not going on that medium. We would have had to
We're gonna
gone
get
through
kicked
and
off of
bleep
normal
every
mediums.
episode we've ever had if that's the case.
I know.
My favorite thing is it came on a professional letterhead on a contract, and it had all those words
It did.
listed out on it.
I was like, I read this and
This is
just
a corporate
looked
document.
at Rob and was like, okay. So none of
can't
our
say
shows
cock.
are going on this?
Where do I sign?
Yeah. I said, what if we had a character named Mr. Penis Pussycock?
Oh my gosh.
Here's one thing that we brought up. Why can you say penis but not vagina?
Because they're sexist. That's why.
I was going to say, because women are very sensitive
true.
and triggered.
It's very true. Well, you can say that one.
Oh, I got those
Yeah,
backwards.
you can't say penis.
What?
Oh, you can't say penis?
Is that because
Yeah.
they don't want people to accidentally say dick?
You can say dick. That's
'Cause
not on
that's
the
a
list.
name.
It's not on the list.
My penis is triggered.
Yeah,
Okay, so men are
I can
triggered.
tell.
Man, we are getting way too soft nowadays.
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah, we
Soft
are.
like
Just
a-
flaccid. We can't
We
say
are
nothing.
really just out there.
Can't say
Wow.
nothing.
You know,
Hold on.
you
So
know
I
we
can't
have,
even
we
say
have,
the
Hold on,
N-word?
before we keep going, we're losing our dollar.
They're chipping it away a penny at a time.
Yeah, for real. Our dollar is about to be gone, and then we won't be able to split that McDouble anyway.
Aw.
I know.
No cheese.
Oh, jeez. McDouble
double
with cheese.
burger.
We only have a dollar.
You only get a
Can we have a
bottom bun.
discount?
Still
Can we
work?
have no cheese and just have a double burger?
Yeah,
This got derailed really fast.
it really did. It really, really did. So let's get back on track, shall we? Let's
Shall
talk
we?
about
You
some
gotta
news.
Oh, you got to finish the Tony and Nillos.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm already hungry enough. You might as well keep this going.
All right, I'm going to start from the top. I didn't do Tony and Ella's justice.
You didn't.
I stopped
You
and
said
I dropped
all
a
the
big
naughty words.
expletive. Tony Anello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill is a hidden gem that's family-owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway South, Tierra Verde, Florida. It's a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyAnellos.com. You should do that. Their food's really good.
Before we get deep into the news, now that I'm thinking about food, what are you gentlemen doing for your ladies for Valentine's Day this weekend? That happened yesterday once everybody hears this.
Nothing.
Cool. You, Mark?
Ah, so you've been married a while, huh?
No, honestly, that's the reason why we're not doing anything for Valentine's Day per se. Our anniversary is 3 days later.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
That's
you
fair.
got
Probably
lumped
go to
in.
dinner.
Nice.
Okay.
You know.
What are you doing?
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah,
we're going to have
you.
a nice, wonderful dinner at home. And then next weekend, we're going to Rococo Steakhouse in St. Pete.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nice. What
we
are
have
you doing?
we have a tradition. I hope that we do stick to it.
Oh, we are.
We do surf and turf every year,
Yeah.
and we do it at home because we usually have the boys. Although maybe they don't have school Monday, so maybe we can dump them at grandma's.
We shall see.
Wow. Does that feel nice to say?
Yeah, it feels,
Yes,
feels fantastic.
It does. But yeah, so we'll probably get some nice steaks from a local.
The first
Butcher.
year, we went to a butcher, and we got a big, fat hunk of prime rib, and we did this nice butter rub thing on it and cooked it for a long time, and it was probably one of the best steaks I've ever had.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we just get some lobsters. from the side.
Ryan's Meat Market in St. Pete. Check them out.
Nice.
Not a
I'm
sponsor,
not a
but
fatty
maybe.
meat guy. I'm prime cut.
Nice.
Yeah.
It could
You're
be
like a
8 ounces,
fillet.
10 ounces, but make it a fillet.
Yeah, it's like butter, man. They're
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
There's just
love
not
the prime
enough
rib.
of it.
I
That's
don't
my
know-
problem.
don't
I
know
do need a
what,
bigger
yeah.
option of steak.
I mean,
'cause
you
I'm a
can
red
go
meat.
with like a 16-ounce fillet, but it's going to set you back about $100.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm a porterhouse guy myself.
that's because you
I
get
did-
the best of
both.
both worlds. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
I
I
did
get that.
see Conor McGregor just paid $1,000 in Dubai at Salt Bay's restaurant for a 24-karat steak.
24 karat?
It's edible gold that they put on the actual meat.
That seems unnecessary.
What
It
is it? Is it like something that strengthens your chin so you don't get knocked out?
Ooh. Connor's a big fan of the show. You don't
not
want to.
Hey, that's cool, bro. I'll fight you for $46.
Oh, wow.
We might have to get an all inclusive like sports podcast going soon so that we don't feel like
starring
we're-
Mark.
Yeah.
I love volleyball. No, I don't know.
I mean, we can talk about wrestling and stuff too. That's what I mean. It could be all the things.
Sports
boy.
entertainment.
Yeah, sports entertainment. I
There
think
you
we
go.
should.
All right, so on to some actual news.
Yeah. Some nerd news.
So I know 3 out of 4. Oh, all 4 of us watched the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you begrudgingly went to a party that was not with your friends and watched the Super Bowl. Is that correct? Am I saying something correct here?
I made new friends. How dare you?
Wow.
Just when you think you know somebody, right?
Y'all
Just when
abandoned me for the Super Bowl.
We abandoned you?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It's the Super Bowl, bro.
I was
Everybody
left out of
watches it.
Excuse, please? So
I don't think
anyway.
you can do that. I'm pretty sure it's on that list.
It's okay. We just texted the whole time anyway. So.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
How cute.
So, yeah, he would message me, hey, is that a touchdown? What just happened? They're cheering. They're happy. They seem happy. Is that good?
No, what I really sent you is I just hope both teams have a good time.
Oh, my gosh.
And I just
Hey, I
wrote
can
back,
tell you right now, the Chiefs did not.
they did not have a good
I
time.
can tell by the look on his face.
Yeah, they were sad. But
Hey,
anyway,
Woozy
speaking
Wutsy.
of commercials that happened during the Super Bowl, we got a longer version of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and we also got a start date, March 19th.
Mm-hmm.
I'm muy excited.
Looks like we got a 2-week gap, and then we're right back into
Yep,
it.
which is what we wanted.
Love it.
I'm so excited.
Love it.
So everybody has seen that trailer, correct?
Yes.
What part were you most excited about after watching it? Is there
Honestly,
anything-
I don't remember the trailer.
The back and
Okay.
forth between always.
That's her
always.
favorite thing. That's her
I
favorite
absolutely love
They
it.
got a whole buddy cop situation going on.
I
I like
love it.
that. I'm excited about Zemo being done right, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
After just watching Civil War again, I'm like, man, Zemo was just kind of
Bleh.
a dude.
Yeah.
He was just a guy
Yeah.
with a butt.
Yeah, Zemo was underwhelming to me in Civil War, but now seeing him again and seeing the actual purple mask and the way things are going,
Mm-hmm.
that looks good. I do like the back and forth where Falcon, that little girl just whooped your ass. So I
And
was
he's just like,
I love this. I love this. This is all I could have asked
I
for.
want to go back and watch it again.
What I'm excited for is who I think is U.S. Agent.
Yes.
I think
think that's who it is, too.
Replaced Captain America in the view of the public
Mm-hmm.
and made U.S. Agent the new face of all that. So I'm excited to see A, who that is,
Mm-hmm.
and B, what his role is in all of that.
Yeah, because I wonder if he's just because in the comics when Captain America became Nomad and went off and did his own thing, they brought in U.S. Agent to kind of take that place as like a public figure.
Right.
He didn't really do much.
Captain America's not anywhere. Here's this guy.
Here's another guy.
Yep.
So he'll just probably be at football games, signing autographs, doing PSA commercials.
Kissing babies.
Yeah. Oh man, I really want to talk about this one. I did a breakdown of some of the WandaVision stuff that's come out so far. Did you guys ever watch that? Did you finally watched it? Didn't you?
Oh,
We
I
can't
texted
talk
you.
about it. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ryan hasn't seen them
I
all.
was like, man, you got to see it. He goes, I can. I'm waiting for Jen. And then I get it about 2 hours later. Oh my God. I go,
gosh.
you caved, didn't you? Yeah, I sure did.
Well, what happened was I was going to hold off because me and my fiance are rewatching all of the entire MCU. We're all the way up to Ragnarok now, so we're almost there.
No
Oh my
spoilers.
gosh.
So,
Oh yeah, no
No
spoilers.
spoilers
haven't
as
watched
to
it.
why. He hasn't watched
but
it.
the only reason I ended up watching it, I wasn't going to do it. I was going to push off 2 weeks until we finished everything and then watch it.
Yeah.
But I saw something on Instagram, and it was just a picture of WandaVision and then something behind her, like as a silhouette, and I'm like, well, I know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
no.
it was adjacent to what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So when I actually saw what it was, I was like, ah!
I've already been someone a little spoiled
Yeah.
by TikTok.
Oh, have you really?
A little bit.
So what? Oh, spoiler alert!
Yeah,
Ryan
we're
might
telling
drop
you now.
something for
We're
you.
telling you now.
Potential spoiler alert. 'cause
Potential
We don't
spoiler
know.
alert. Yeah.
TikTok
so,
might be
so what
lying.
did TikTok tell you?
I just know that the Silver Surfer's in there now.
No, you're incorrect.
Oh, well, then I'm
It's
good.
not Silver Surfer.
Cool, then just let
Do
it
you
be.
mean-
Nope, shut up. That's what they said on the TikTok.
So
If they're
leave it.
wrong,
Leave it.
Let it be.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let it be.
All
Perf.
right. Okay.
Fucking nerds.
Well, there are a lot of theories right now about what's going on, and I don't want to get too far into it, but I think that WandaVision is going to bust it all wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Bust it
I
wide.
We
think-
called it at the beginning. I
Yep.
think it's going to stick with
Yep,
it.
I 100% am so in for this. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait to watch the episode tomorrow. It's going to be great.
I'm probably going to watch it while he's at work, to be honest.
Do it. I'll watch it on my phone. No, I'm kidding. I
As
won't.
God
I won't
intended.
Super busy. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has been announced.
I saw Mr. Jean-Ralphio post that.
And in the 2, it is bright yellow with 2 tails coming out of the back.
I'm excited.
I wonder who that
Which
is.
has to be indicative of our good friend Tails.
Mm-hmm.
And we've also heard Knuckles the Echidna is going to be in it as well. So this is probably going to be a pretty interesting movie. I can't wait to see Jim Carrey.
For a kids movie, I love it. Like, I
It
think
wasn't
it's great.
terrible. It was cute.
Jim Carrey, just for me, I love him.
Yeah.
He's like, I was spitting out formulas while you're still spitting up formula. He goes, I was breastfed. Nice. rub that in my orphan face. The stuff that comes out of that dude's mouth is incredible. Okay, so this might be interesting for you guys now since we've laid the groundwork, but Critical Role, who does the streaming Dungeons and Dragons,
Yeah.
they've done one-shots in the past.
Mm-hmm.
They've done one-shots for other intellectual properties and stuff like that. For instance, they did one for Doom, and all of the characters played monsters in Doom.
Okay.
And their idea was to overrun the base and be the hordes of hell taking over.
It was
I like
cool.
that,
It
actually.
was,
It was
so
pretty cool.
freaking cool. I loved it. Now, they're doing another intellectual property that I love, and that's Diablo by Blizzard.
Oh, okay.
So they are going to be coming out with a Diablo one-shot.
Do they have a date?
Yes, February 20th.
Oh, nice. Right around the corner.
Which is amazing because February 20th, as some of you may know, is when BlizzCon Line goes. Because they're not doing BlizzCon, they're doing BlizzCon Line. And I have heard this is going to be a very Diablo-centric BlizzCon.
Cool.
Yeah, they're going to announce another mobile game. Piss everybody off again.
Isn't there a Diablo 18 coming out?
Diablo 4?
It's supposed to be Diablo 4.
Yeah, I knew it
Yeah.
was 4, but it's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them. It's like Gears.
Okay,
There's a
but
lot.
this is Blizzard we're talking about. I don't think Blizzard makes bad IPs or intellectual properties. StarCraft has a massive following.
Yeah.
Warcraft has a massive following, and then there was the World of Warcraft. Now there's Hearthstone, which is the card game, and that has crazy amounts of followers. Overwatch
That used to be good. Then they ruined it.
and Diablo. It's really been a fantastic place to go get games and good source for games. And I think Diablo 4 is going to be amazing. But to your comment about mobile games that suck, did you know that mobile gaming is now the most profitable platform of all
I
games?
never said they sucked. I just said that they were going to release another Diablo.
Oh, and
mobile.
piss everybody off.
And piss
Okay,
everybody
all right,
off.
that's fair. You did say that. Now, Diablo Immortal is the property that they're going to probably be announcing at BlizzCon, which is a mobile Diablo game that I will definitely be picking up, 100%. I have been playing this game on my phone in between episodes of South Park called Raid Shadow Legends. I like that one too. So I think they're
you
going to
gave into that
be
one?
somewhat similar. Yeah.
You're the
It's
guy who
everywhere you
downloaded
go.
it.
Yeah.
I see it on every YouTube video I watch.
Yeah, every YouTube video.
Brought to you by
Commercials.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends,
He does.
a
He plays it really
turn-based
quickly.
monster game.
And
No,
of
it's
course
cool.
they're profitable. They're all microtransactions.
That's
so
right,
that's
baby.
very profitable.
Microtransactions, the way to go. Somebody somewhere has a mama and a bank going, where did all these charges come from?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where these are from. I want to know right now because I don't play whatever stupid game this is. And then they found out that their son or daughter has been just drilling the buy button and not having any consequences of the value of $1 and realizing
Do you
they're sending
drill
their
the buy
mom to
button?
the no, I don't.
Oh, so we had a big old
No,
Apple
honestly,
charge on the account the other
they,
day.
uh,
Just
I
checking.
wonder what happened.
A lot of these
That
games
wasn't me.
are made up of a person they call a whale. Like there's certain games where guys will literally spend $100,000 plus playing a game,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of
ridiculous.
keeps it going.
Yep. There are streamers that play stuff like that too.
Yeah, to me
Interesting.
that's crazy.
So yeah, BlizzCon Line, it's February 19th and 20th. I'm very interested in that. Maybe we'll do a recap episode of all the stuff that they dropped and talked about because that is a big property, Blizzard, and all the stuff that they're going to be going over. So I think that'll be cool.
And Critical Role, let your boy Henry Titanson slide through.
Yeah,
Clap
man,
some cheeks.
They definitely would love to hear you talk about clapping cheeks for the 4-hour episode.
Oh, they would.
See how that goes.
It'd be great.
And Henry, what would you like to do? Where are the ladies at?
I'm gonna clap them cheeks.
You are in
hoes
an
at?
all-male monastery. I'm leaving.
I'm looking for that whap.
Okay, so they have cast somebody to play Joel in the Last of Us series that's going to HBO. Yeah. You remember
is
that?
it?
You want to know?
Last of Us isn't that a
You
video
would
game?
want to
Wanna
know,
know.
wouldn't you?
Wait,
Yes, it is.
you're
can't
coming
just
out
say-
with a TV show
Yeah.
for Last of Us?
Yeah. and
thought it was
is
a
going
movie.
to be starring Mr. Pedro Pascal.
Nice.
This guy must see the dollar signs he's getting from Mando and be like, yeah, I'll do it again. Sure. Be Joel getting more exposure, more FaceTime with the kids.
Love it.
Pretty soon, Pedro's going to be one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. Rightfully so.
I was going to say, as he should be.
Yeah.
I wonder
he's
how well
done a
that's gonna do,
fantastic
though.
job. What, Last of Us? It's one of the biggest PlayStation properties, period.
It all depends on budget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but once
What
again,
kind of budget are they going to give it on HBO?
when has
Here's-
a video game translated well into a TV series?
When
or
has a video game felt
movie?
more like a movie than
I was
Last
gonna
of
say
Us?
because I like to watch it when you played it.
I don't know. I've never played it.
So
I got
when
it
I
on my
played it-
PlayStation right now and still haven't started it.
Right. So a lot of that is motion capture. It's all stuff that's been actual actors on screen rehearsing their lines and all that stuff. I saw a clip of it and it looked really high tech. Same thing happened with God of War. That's been the way that they're going. They want actual actors in there playing their characters. And Last of Us is definitely like just one big long movie. And when you play it, it feels like it too,
Okay.
which is pretty cool.
Well, let me propose this. What other video game property has been turned into a high-budget TV series?
High
there
budget
been-
TV series?
Has there
The
been
Witcher
any?
was that,
Witcher
Yeah.
counts?
Witcher?
and I haven't seen that, but I don't. I hear
It's
it's
pretty
also
good.
pretty far off. from
Ryan
the
hasn't
game.
seen it, and he hates it.
No, I don't hate it. I've never played the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
act like you
No.
haven't
don't
said
know
that on this podcast before.
I haven't. I've never
haven't seen
played
it.
the game.
I hate it.
I
It's
personally
stupid.
don't know anything
I've
about
never
the game, but
seen
the
it.
TV show was really good.
I've just heard that it's not anywhere. It's like in a different realm of a video game.
'Cause-
Like
Gotcha.
it's-
Because I'm thinking of the video game movies of old. That
Yeah.
hopefully are behind us at this point.
yeah. you
So
wish-
we've never seen anything with this huge budget before.
We're talking about like the Mario movie.
Ever heard of
Oh,
a game
yeah.
Ever heard of a movie
Oh,
called
yeah.
Monster Hunter?
I mean,
Jesus.
Sonic technically.
Yeah. Can't
That's
you
true.
wait for
Sonic
the
is the
Monster
best
Hunter?
video game movie of all time.
So far.
Wow.
But you're talking, you said TV series. But
Yeah, because I was thinking of the HBO Go thing or HBO Max.
And the young lady who is also from Game of Thrones, she was from the House Mormont. She was the little Mormont girl who ended up being very pivotal at the end of Game of
the
Thrones. if I'm
main
not mistaken.
Maisie Williams,
No.
not Maisie Williams.
No.
No.
So did you watch Game of Thrones?
Of 2 seasons,
Ah,
Oh, wow.
Have you?
about to start over.
Gotcha. She is in the final season, and
Oh,
she
okay.
takes over for House Mormont. She's fantastic. She was a fan favorite while she was around.
I don't think I got to more.
Whoa! Spoiler alerts.
What? The series is over.
But he hasn't finished seeing it.
The series is over, though.
Yeah.
While she was around means she was in the last season. Season's over.
Yeah,
You're
that
telling
just-
him she's going to be there.
That just
A lot
sounds
of people
like it's
die in Game of Thrones.
die.
Yeah, but you're not telling me somebody died. You're telling me somebody didn't die.
So let me go ahead and tell you this.
Maybe
in
there's
Game
some
of Thrones,
moments where
as
she
you
should have
know,
died, and you're going to know she didn't die.
Nobody is
Like
safe
land under the dumpster.
in
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
What?
Nobody is safe in Game of Thrones. You should know that.
Well, I know that.
But I mean, now he knows that she is. So
Nobody's safe except for her.
I didn't say that.
Thanks,
at all.
Jack. I really
Somebody-
I don't even know
Appreciate
who
it.
the hell you're talking about. If
Yeah.
I'm being really honest with you.
Okay, all right.
I
Burn up
never
the phone.
heard of Mormont before.
Oh my gosh, what's her name in the movie? Elle.
This better be going somewhere for putting this much time and effort into this chick.
And you're not even using a Google song.
There you go. Boom.
I have no idea who that is.
There you go. She's in the last season of Game of Thrones.
And she's also in The Last of Us.
You
playing
loved this little girl.
I did like her a
She
lot.
playing Ellie?
Yeah.
I don't think she's in the first 2 seasons. I think she is later. Actually, no, she is.
Nope, she's not.
Briefly.
Nope.
No.
I've never seen that girl my entire life.
She's in. Oh, did you say she's in the last 2 seasons?
No, I thought that she was early on, like you see her early on, but I guess not because she's super young.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we see her early on.
You don't see her till the last 2 seasons.
And
if
she's
that.
pretty BA.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm excited or not that she's been cast in this new show.
Just trust me, man. She's good.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Fine.
Here's all you need to hear. I like her. Ryan hates her, so you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm going to love it.
I don't even know who
It's
she
gonna
is.
cause controversy
That's
between
why you
me.
hate her.
No. I don't hate everything.
Come on, guys.
Just almost everything. You know?
He's hard to please, is what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Real quick, not to divert, did anybody see the new Tomb Raider movie that came out about 4 years ago?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah, I hated it.
I'm going to love it then. Okay,
Bingo.
can't wait.
That's all he needed.
No, I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't seen it.
Bingo.
I've heard it's pretty good, so I'm excited about that. I've just
Pretty
never.
good, or like it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
a-
don't
that's
As
know
fair.
compared
much.
to the old Tomb Raider movies.
I don't
where
know
they're-
much about about Tomb Raider. So Lara Croft. I do know she's one of the biggest female video game characters of all time, if not the biggest.
It's Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. She's on the level with Cortana and all the other big, like the young lady from Last of Us.
I'm gonna say Ellie's making a push.
Ellie is making a big push.
So is Aloy.
Samus. Aloy from what is that game?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Don't make eye contact with me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Kate Diaz from Gears of War.
Oh, I know her.
One of the biggest female characters in video games. I love the reaction to Kate Diaz too. It was like, stupid, shouldn't be her.
Gears are for boys.
Gears are for boys. It's kind of how it feels.
Oh, boy.
And I just kind of look from the outside, being a massive fan of Gears. And I remember telling her, it's like, oh, so they're going to be rolling with Kate on this one. All right, let's go. And it turned out to be one of the best stories I thought in the whole series.
Well, suck it, boys.
Yeah, 3 is still the best. Gears 3 is still the best of all time. You guys are all giving me stares like, shut up about Gears, Jack.
Yeah.
This could go on forever.
All right, so let's get into the subject matter of today's episode, which has been of great debate in the last hour since we've been here. We were originally going to talk about Luke Cage. Now we're not talking about Luke Cage, and we're going to talk about Black Panther. And I thought it was theories on Black Panther 2. Then I found we're going to talk about Black Panther the movie. And now
we could do a mixture of the two for
We're
sure.
getting everything.
So we have talked quite a bit about Black Panther in the past, so
Yeah,
I mean,
we
you
have.
can scroll back to those episodes if you'd like to. But I like the idea of talking about, because we've never done an actual like movie review.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure we've talked about our feelings on the first movie, but I don't think we've actually done like a movie review. So we can do like a bit of that, and then kind of what we think might come of the actual storyline, because we've talked about, with Chadwick Boseman's passing, how that might go. So we can kind of just loop it all into a fresh episode.
As long as I don't have to read that comic again.
Oh, fresh as so.
We're not going to even, I can't even believe you mentioned it. Get out.
Well, let's do it.
Ryan's blocking the door.
Let's dive into the first Black Panther movie. First of all, did you like it? Was it a good movie?
I loved it.
I loved it
You
too.
loved
I don't
it?
think it was the
You
absolute
loved
best
it?
Marvel movie
Hated
that's
it.
ever been. Did you really hate it?
I hated it.
Really?
Who would like that movie? No, I love Black Panther.
Come on.
It's actually
I was
probably my
going to
favorite
say
one out of the
it was
series.
a very good movie. I don't think that it was the best, like a lot of people say that it was, personally.
You mean best Marvel movie of all?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Actually, probably second. I still love Avengers, the first one, probably the most.
I don't know if it's best. I'd say top 5. I thought the story was really good. The set design was awesome. Like, even going back and watching it years later, I watched it last night.
Yeah.
Everything still looks amazing and like above the bar when it comes to Marvel stuff. So that's really cool. And
Yeah,
that
There's a
definitely-
whole lot of badassery that comes out of him, and I think Chadwick Boseman literally carried that whole movie. I mean, there's a lot of great actors and other amazing moving parts, but like watching it again, we actually watched it like a few nights ago, and watching it again, it was like I couldn't wait to see him on screen again when he was gone for a mere moment. You know what I mean? Like, I love everybody else that's in it, and I know that it fell with the storyline, but him as Black Panther, I'm kind of worried for the future of how I'm going to feel, at least.
Not to make things sad, but real quick, we're watching it last night, and I just kept thinking to myself, he was sick.
Yeah,
during all of this.
I know. I thought about that
That's
too. That's crazy.
insane. Like, that is what a performance, especially with all that pressure of everything else going on, and your physical pressure of what's going on in your body. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Yeah. And he was getting prepared for Black Panther 2, like it was going to be a thing. Those positive affirmations. I'm going to beat this, so we're going to be fine.
I think it just took a turn for the worst.
Yeah.
So
It's also a lot of stress.
But
yeah.
What a wonderful movie. How do you really want to break this down? Do you want to break it down to characters? Do you want to break it down to different parts of the movie that we can talk about? What do you think?
Well, I like what you brought up first. I think visually, this is definitely one of the top movies that's been in the MCU.
Just the world building they do in this single
building
movie.
Wakanda was incredible.
I was going to say, I think that there's a lot of like rich history there that they showed, and maybe that's what made it such a great movie. And that's why it's kind of whether it's ever a lot of people's number one or within their top 5 or whatever. I think that's why it's up there, is because a lot of aside from Thor at least from a lot of the main characters, a lot of them live in New York City and LA or whatever. Like they live here to where we're used to seeing that kind of hustle and bustle normal life. And that's a whole different world. It's a whole different thing. So it's exciting to see something like that. It's very fresh to, to at least us in the room. And there's like I said, there's a lot of like rich history that they really showed that culture, and I really liked that. I mean, again, I don't think it's my number one favorite. I personally like Civil War, but that's because a lot of people are in that one. That's my recent. It's up at the top for me, but I still think that it was visually and very well told, visually beautiful, and a very well told story.
Yeah, it's weird because the city that you're in is unfamiliar and futuristic and above us, but it also feels really well lived in and fleshed out at the same time, which is like the hardest thing to grasp when you're trying to build a world like that. So I was just super impressed going back.
And it's funny because I was listening to the episode last week as we came in, and I was watching it last night, and I was like, man, I would like to see a TV show that just took place in Wakanda, like what goes on every day as they're passing through this city, and it looks like super dope, but you only see like 2 rooms in it. I was like, I'd love to see the rest of it, and then found out that they are doing that, so bam, I'll be in all in on that one.
Yeah.
I probably hate it, but
Ryan won't watch it, but he's really happy it's
but I'm happy it's happening.
You have a different sort of facial and reaction to what we're saying, so it's your turn.
He's waiting for something.
No, I like the way it looks and stuff like that. To me, there were certain parts of it that I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Some of it was, I mean, obviously there's a lot that's really unrealistic to the world that we know, but there were some points in time that, like, he made comments during the movie that I didn't catch before. It's like, well, when they're on the train tracks and they're fighting and they get hit by a train and it's when their powers are not there. It's like that would likely kill a normal person who doesn't have that power in them. You know what I mean? Or doesn't have the suit. And I was like, that's a great point. Like that would maybe not kill them, but they wouldn't be up on their feet kicking more ass after that. So, I mean, of course, it's a movie. So is 90% of the shit that you see in any of the other superheroes. It's very unrealistic. But still, it's kind of like, okay, well, I get that.
That train fight scene is the only scene in the movie I don't like.
Yeah.
Just because it's so rubbery and CGI heavy, there's no weight to it.
It's very beautiful also. Like, their suits are super cool. But, I agree with you. It is kind of...
They're just, like, ping-ponging off of things, and they're all bendy and weird. And it doesn't... Like, we've talked before about the weight in movies and how you can feel the weight of things in the MCU. That did not apply to this.
But they had to have a suit fight, like a true suit fight, because they had, obviously, the not suit fight, which was really awesome. And then there's the suit fight. But I think that they would have been better off maybe not doing it down there in the trains.
I think that whole series, don't even involve Claw. Why is he there?
Yeah, that was really disappointing.
He's one of his fan favorite villains. You had to include him.
I will say that's
the fact that he died. I was like, oh man, I love Andy Serkis.
Here's my thing.
Yeah,
his only point of even interacting with Claw at any point was so he could kill him. He's with him early on in the movie. He clearly knows how to get to Wakanda. He says, I want to go to Wakanda. And the guy says, no, you don't want to go there. And I'm like, okay, is he trying to coerce Claw into bringing him there? And then he's
what
like...
What guy are you talking about?
Killmonger.
Okay.
Saying, I want to go to Wakanda. He goes, when they're getting in the plane, I want to go to Wakanda. No, you don't want to go there. No, I think I do. And then, for whatever reason, he shoots the compatriot he's with, his guy, and then Claw's holding up the girl. He kills the girl and shoots Claw. And I'm like, so did you already know how to get there? What is the purpose of bringing Claw?
His ticket in the door.
I mean, he's been there.
Why?
He knows where the vibranium
Hold on,
is.
but you're right. But his ticket in there is not Claw. His ticket in there is the ring.
Yeah.
Or was his father's.
Was Claw the goodwill gesture that he needed? Like
possibly, but
because the threat of that is your team can't get it done. The new team can't get it done. I got it done in a day.
Yeah.
But see, what I kind of miss from that, and I mean, obviously we've talked about this before. I didn't read a whole lot of the comics of Black Panther before knowing who he even was. But it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, Claw is, if not one of the top, he is the villain for Black Panther.
That's right.
So why is he gone before he even sees Black Panther in the very first movie? If there's going to be,
well, he's in the
does-
second movie.
Well, he does interact.
He's in Ultron,
yeah,
too.
he's in Ultron, and
but
he
like
interacts with Black
hardly,
Panther in the first one.
hardly though, like not enough for it to make is all I'm saying.
That was a disappointment to me because I liked Claw in the comics, and yeah, Claw, his life mission is to get more vibranium. That's all he wants. He wants more vibranium for whatever he can make out of it, or sell it to people, or do whatever he needs to do. So the fact that he's, he was in a couple minutes of Ultron,
But that's what I
the
mean.
first
He's
half
not,
of this, and then
But he's not. I mean, like he doesn't encounter Black Panther at all in the Black Panther movie. It's like
Yes,
I
he
know
does.
when.
Yeah,
Well,
they're in
when
the
they go to the
At the
casino,
beginning, yeah.
he fights
Okay.
him in the casino
Okay,
and
you're
then
right.
chases him in the street.
I'm talking
and then,
more so like in Wakanda. I feel like it would have kind of because that's part of it. Is it right? Isn't Claw wanting to get because he's trying to get his hands on more vibranium himself? Am I wrong?
Always.
In all
That's
this?
what he's always trying
so
to do.
that's what I'm saying. It would have maybe it would have gone a long way as if Killmonger would have taken him there, like beat his ass, chained him up, whatever, took him there, and then he would have suffered in a prison, and then Killmonger would have killed him in front of everybody, and at least there would have been like a, hey, if he can't do it, I can. And like you said, I don't know. I didn't like that he died so soon.
But that was
I
kind
thought
of his
was,
point. Like,
yeah,
because I mean, you say the ring was his end,
Yeah.
but even when he handed them the ring, they were still doubting him. Remember, everyone in that room was like, "Who is this guy?" And he shows his lip.
shows
You know what
the
I mean?
lip,
That
shows
was-
the ring, and
shows
so
the
then
ring.
he's speaking Wakandan to them
Yeah.
and tells them, "This is who I am." And then when he
No,
says
he
that,
actually-
everybody's like, "Okay, hold on."
No, he actually asked me who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would ask. And
I think the ring is why I should come in, and the dead body is why I should be your king.
but the ring is
Yeah.
it's a ring, so anybody could have found it, picked it up. I mean, you know where it's from,
That,
but like
that does make sense, though, why I should be your king. But he that was his right to challenge, was the fact that he was the bloodline. That's
Yeah.
he didn't challenge him because he killed Claw.
no.
It's that
You think that was a grab for support?
yeah, and it's that age-old thing of why are you putting so many villains in this? That could have been 2 movies.
Yeah.
You could have had Killmonger in one.
And that's what I'm saying is like, but we got a slapdick, you
Yeah.
know,
And I think-
casino scene and a little
And that
bit
was
of.
to involve Everett Ross, which I was like, okay.
Yeah,
But that's
I
what
just-
I mean. Like it would have done them some service to, like you said, do 2 movies and it be heavy Claw, and then Killmonger could kill him in the second movie. But I don't know.
I actually
just-
would have liked to have seen, in hindsight, as 2020, and again, this is my opinion. Other people love it. There's some people that don't love it, and there's me who's kind of in the middle. Is to see Killmonger show up and then actually gain factions of Wakanda to his cause.
like kind of just collect them
Yeah,
as he goes. I
like
can see
you know, a couple of those tribes say, you know what, we like this guy.
They
Like
really only
the
got
guy
the
with
farmers.
the
Yeah, it's
shield
very political.
is saying, I like this guy. We're gonna go with him.
Well, they did do
I
that.
was saying that kind of happened in the movie
Right.
itself.
And he gets, but he gets all of Wakanda except for the Jabari.
Yeah.
And the Jabari are like, no, we got you. But the Jabari seem to hate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The Killmonger, I think, for me, I was like, maybe I don't get it.
I love
thought it was
Killmonger.
kinda close.
I loved him too.
Yeah.
I want to say he's actually probably my favorite character in that
Really,
movie. Yeah.
my
Mine
favorite
too.
in that entire movie was Chadwick Boseman. I liked him going back to the afterworld and screaming at his father and saying, no, you're all wrong. You're
Yeah.
all wrong. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to go back and change everything you've ever done. That's what I liked about it. I thought Chadwick Boseman shined. If I had to give it a 1A, for me, I loved M'Baku.
Yeah.
M'Baku is cool.
Yeah.
M'Baku,
I like how he flips the script.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
I love
not,
that.
Not just that. I loved his character, and this is just for me, because he shows up and they're like, why are you here? He's like, it's challenge day. Today's the day I get a chance to be the king. That's why I'm here. And then he looks, he's like, you guys are all treating this like it's a game. I don't like that. I'm here to challenge the rule. And then they're like, oh, shit, he's
Fair
got a
enough.
point. And then after the fact, when they have to go to him because there's nowhere else to go, and they offer him that power freely. Here, we want to give this to you. Be the king. You're the guy who could come in and save us. And he has this, no, that's not right. I can't take that. I didn't earn it. I want you. I've got the king. Let's just go to him. He wanted to hear him out, hear what they had to say, and then say, here you go.
The whole time I'm like, you could have told him you had his body the entire time.
But if you know anything about M'Baku, he likes to mess with people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when the guy starts talking, he's like, you open your mouth again, and I'm going to feed you to my children. Just kidding. We're vegetarians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to nitpick these movies.
It is, of course.
But it's, like I said, it's still in my top 5. I absolutely love this movie.
Yeah. And still Killmonger, my favorite.
There's something grounded about Killmonger that I really enjoy.
Prime Killmonger for me was that fight scene.
See, for me, it was just the whole concept of him understanding, like, that they have all this stuff and there's people that look like him or us that they're just keeping it for themselves. They killed his father and left him pretty much as an orphan.
Yeah.
And he's like,
his intentions are certainly
I
good.
have killed people in pretty much every continent, doing everything I can to get to you just so I can fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And then take over. And instead of being mistreated, we're now going to be on the top.
Yep.
So even though he's the bad guy, it's like when he's got.
He's almost a bad guy that you really, really sympathize with.
It's
Magneto vibes. It's like, oh, I see what you're trying to do, and I understand. Oh, but you did it that way, and I can't get on board with that.
But when he had Black Panther down on his knees in the water, bloody and all, and he's like, "Is this your king?" And I was kind of like, "Woo, boy!" Like, I mean, I don't like again because like I really liked Chadwick Boseman, and obviously Black Panther is the good guy, but still, I was like, man, that's powerful right there.
It shows to his character. Because of all the kills and all the things that he's done, you can see what he values is the ability to fight and the ability to be lethal and be a ruler in that regard. And so, of course he wins that fight. Yeah. And then you look at, T'Challa, who is a fighter, but not to that extent.
But he's raised his royalty.
And so you're seeing the values there, right? Because T'Challa's like, I want to be a good king. I don't want to do this and rule with the iron fist. And then you have Killmonger who comes in and that's all he knows. I mean, the most powerful scene in the movie for me and really spoke to Killmonger's character was when he first takes the heart-shaped herb or whatever. Is that what it's?
Yeah. Yeah.
He takes that. And instead of going to the plane, he goes back to his old home. And then his father's there, and his dad looks at him and is like, no tears for me? Like, you're not sad that I'm dead? And that shows Killmonger, and he's like, listen, man, you're another obstacle. You're another thing that's happened to me. It doesn't affect me that way.
Wow.
And when he did that, I was like, oh, shit.
And another thing that's really kind of impactful, just as far as that character goes, is that even after he's gone, he makes his point very clear to T'Challa, because then T'Challa, does it correctly, but he opens up Wakanda to the world, basically.
Right.
I mean, it shows him right there with Shuri, showing the ship and getting them involved in the community, and I was like, that right there is why, like, Killmonger, is a bad guy, but his intentions were solid, and he might have maybe possibly gone about it the wrong way, but his message came across, and he still got the job done, even though he didn't get to live to be the king, the one doing it. I don't think that was his point. So even though
he
he's
wasn't
the bad
going
guy,
to do it that way either.
right? No. And he would not have, and that's what I'm saying. No. T'Challa definitely did it in a much more easeful way, diplomatic way, and I'm sure we'll see that hopefully in moving forward, which we can segue.
But if it wasn't for Killmonger, it wouldn't even happen.
Well, that's
you know what I mean?
Not necessarily true, because his girlfriend, I can't remember her name.
Lupita Nyong'o?
Is it Nakia?
Nakia. That was Nakia's message the whole time, too. Yeah. Why aren't we sharing? Why aren't we helping? Why aren't we giving people resources?
Yeah, and I think it took his...
And Killmonger's like, we'll just give everybody guns and see what happens.
And that's what I mean. I think that T'Challa, that's what broke the barrier for him. Obviously, what he wanted to do was basically sabotage on the country and basically a world war, probably. But at the same time, it's like T'Challa's like, okay, well, let's do this, but let's do this the right way. And kind of, I liked that. I liked that his message still kind of got across, even though it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't he didn't have a very solid plan, Killmonger. But,
he did.
He had a solid plan.
He had a solid plan.
But a diplomatic plan is.
See, that's the thing is diplomacy wasn't working for them, and it's one of those things where it's like one of my favorite scenes is the when they're in the museum, and he's like, I'll take it off your hands for you. Say it's not for sale, and he's like, do you think your ancestors paid a fair price for this? No, you came and you took it. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And then,
And it shows the mentality right there.
Mm-hmm.
and it shows that pretty much for me, being an African American, a black American, because I've never been to Africa, being a black person.
You're black?
Yeah. One of the other most powerful scenes for me in that movie was in the end when he was dying, and he was like, "We'll bury you." He's like, "No, bury me in the
Put me in the
put me
ocean.
in the
where
ocean."
My ancestors.
Well, my ancestors
Yep.
who were, what did he say?
Knew that death
Who knew
was
that
better
death
than
was better
bondage.
than bondage. It goes to show you how much he felt that he would rather die than be, you know what I mean, like put in a box and you do this here and we're not gonna. I don't know, just a whole lot of emotion for me.
Yeah.
Because he was more so about people that looked like him more than keeping a secret, more than having money and having all of this. He wanted them to be treated fairly.
I think he's the second angriest character in the MCU, man. I mean,
I
you got the
100% would
Hulk,
agree.
Emotionally
but
driven.
he's right. Anger is everything. That's
Who's
the
number
whole
one?
character. The Hulk.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Hard to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. And to me, it doesn't resonate with me like it does with you.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because when I see that, I haven't gone through that. I haven't had somebody discriminate against me for those reasons, for the color of my skin. So to hear that come out of a character's mouth, I hear it and go, that's powerful. But you hear that and you're like,
It's monumental. Yeah. It's a big deal.
which is why it was such a good movie.
It was.
In a sense that when I went to the theater, there was a lot more black people in the theater than I'd ever seen in a Marvel
Any
movie.
comic movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
There were people in cosplay,
Full on
rocking that
cosplay,
movie.
face paint. It was like moving.
And I remember looking at you in the theater and going, "This is huge.
Yeah. This is a
This
big
is
big
going to
deal.
be a big deal." Black Panther is bringing people together and shining more light on comics than any character I've seen. So, I mean,
think it was
I
well
have
done.
my gripes about the movie, but at the end of the day, it's a good movie. It did more for the MCU than any other movie aside from maybe Iron Man 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
So,
And there's more of that, like, doors opening situation, like you were talking about opening to a new community. We have Shang-Chi coming out, which could open it to that community.
Yeah.
We have 2 Indian superheroes debuting in the next 2 years, so that could open up that. Like, it's
who's
awesome.
the second one? I know we have
Yes.
Miss Marvel. Who's the second one?
One of the Eternals. Is played by
He is
Kumail
played.
Nanjiani.
Okay, gotcha.
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's expanding.
It's
and
becoming
It's not just
worldly.
guys
It's-
named Chris anymore.
Right. That's
It's
what I was just
it's what
going to
comics
say.
are all
It's-
about.
Yeah. I mean, when comics were first written, and I know like Black Panther's been around for a long time, but when comics really like first started coming out, it was just a bunch of white dudes. There weren't even really that many females. So I mean, it's
Nick Fury used to be white.
that's what I'm saying. It's
And
like
then the
it-
female. That's another thing I loved about the Black Panther is he had his entourage.
all
his
female
general,
army.
females
I loved that
all
too.
around.
And I mean, not
The
just
Dora
because I'm a-
Milaje was awesome.
I was going to say not
They
just because
were
I'm a
part
female,
of my
but
favorite part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when he's losing and they go, "Can we not do anything right now?"
and I will say that's what I loved so much about what's his senior officer's name?
Okoye.
Okoye, yeah.
What I loved about her is like I like to classify myself as like a true patriot when it comes to my pride for being an American. And when she was like, I don't serve him, I serve the throne. And I was like, and she's like emotionally upset because she hates that, but at the same time that's her purpose, like that's what she's there for.
Yeah.
And I was personally like moved by that because like that's what our like probably our American soldiers feel. I mean, hopefully it continues forever because God only knows, but still like that I was moved by that, whether she was a female or not. She was like, I serve the throne and I don't have a choice, like that's what my blood is shed for.
Oh, and the best was when she was fighting her husband. He's like, "You would kill me?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "For Wakanda."
For my country, yes I would.
Was he her husband? Really?
They were at least
At least
booze.
significant others.
Yeah, they were definitely
I know they
booze.
were together. They showed a romantic interest between them, but I didn't know they were married.
I don't think they ever said.
So I think it's kind of
specifically.
like implied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very implied.
But yeah, he's like, you would kill me for him? No, I'd kill you for my country. Yes, I would.
Okay, so the $1
Love
million
that.
And I
question.
didn't know that it was Michonne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
it
so
is.
And
excited when she got
looked super
cast.
familiar. And I had to look it up. I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah.
who she is.
and the dude from Get Out, which you guys still haven't seen yet, so never mind.
yeah, that's I don't know who that. He's the guy, the other
the guy
girl.
from the movie.
Can't remember his name. The dude with the shield.
What's the
Yeah.
$1 million question mark?
So where do we go from here?
Yeah, up.
Black Panther 2. Oh
So,
boy.
I know we've kind of talked about it.
Oh, boy.
When Chadwick Boseman, parted.
Time has passed.
Yeah.
Things have been said.
Yes.
Things have been
Tell us
leaked
some of the
and
stuff.
released.
So, one
I'm
of the
not as
most
educated as you on
interesting
this.
theories that I saw that I like has to kind of do with WandaVision and the fact
Should
that
we stay away from that then, or-
might be
Okay.
a multiverse, and there might be a Killmonger in another multiverse that
Mark doesn't like that.
figured out the right way to go.
I'm so excited for the multiverse, and I'm dreading the multiverse at the same time.
Okay.
Because then it's just an easy out for every death, every
Yeah.
consequence. Everything can just be undone.
Well,
Yeah.
in
But
that
that's comics.
unique circumstance,
I know, but we're very invested. We're 50, 60, 70 hours invested into this movie series. And it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, remember that tearful death that happened 2 movies ago? Oh, we just got him from a different universe. Same actor, same characteristics. We're just going to plop him in. It's fine. It didn't matter.
I'm still on the Michael B. Jordan chain, man.
I mean, if he was still, like, if he went over the cliff and is still alive, bring him back.
Well, you
if
just
we're
saw
talking
him.
about terms of star power,
Looking at him.
Michael B. Jordan's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just like the Killmonger. Like, I like him as a person.
He could
Like,
come back as, okay, I've seen how you've implemented these systems that I wanted to implement,
Yeah.
but you did it in a way that helps the world. Okay, I see that there may be a different way to do things.
And if they're coming out with that TV series with Wakanda, they could show or off screen T'Challa's death and what happens after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Work them in that way.
Well, we're getting Black Panther 2 first,
Oh,
and then we're
okay.
getting Wakanda.
Yes.
And I know that there's been talks, and I don't know if there's been new talks, but recent talks about Shuri kind of taking over the throne, which I'm okay with, but I don't want to down her by any means because I think that she's fantastic, but can she carry a movie as the main liner? Like
No.
I don't know if I'm convinced yet.
She's
She
Robin.
could convince, or she could blow me away.
I don't think she's Robin so much as she's Lucius Fox.
Yes.
Yeah.
I meant she's the person there to support the main person.
Yeah.
In my head, at least. I could be moved around on all
Michael
this.
B. Jordan,
So-
on the other hand. So, I mean, like, I'm kind of on the,
Especially if you're going to technically kill off Killmonger and what's-his-face, Claw that early. You
Well,
know?
we're also
I don't know what you
forgetting
got
that
left.
there's a Academy Award-winning actor in the movie that when Chadwick Boseman or Black Panther or T'Challa in the movie dies, they go to this person and say, it needs to be you.
Umbaku.
Yeah.
No?
Who?
Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, okay.
Yes. She won for, I think, Us.
Yes.
I don't quote me on that, but when that
I think
first
she did.
happens, T'Challa's mother says, it's got to be you. You're a fighter. You've got to be the one to take this and lead us. And she says, no, I can't. I don't want to.
I don't know who you're talking about. You got to help me.
Nakia.
She's the one who,
yeah.
yeah. And
I
she's
can see that.
already out in Wakanda saving people without powers.
I was
when you
gonna
meet
say,
her.
they've already kind of hinted at her being like,
Yeah.
when he pretty much says you can stay here and still serve your country. So I mean, they've already, and she's like, I can't do that. So she's already showing that her country means more to her than love and anything else. Like, so I mean, I get that. I can see it.
And it would also be silly to ignore the fact that there is a big push right now for strong female characters.
Yeah, and it would be
in
her
movies.
big bow to the man she loved.
That's right.
You said it, and I immediately hated it. But over the course of a minute, you
We've
sold me
convinced
on
you.
it. No tear for Black Panther.
Okay, we taking votes.
I mean,
Because this
think
movie
about
starts
it.
filming in April.
She's a
Like,
capable.
it's starting soon.
So we're gonna
Strong.
know soon, probably.
Yep.
She's capable,
Something's gonna leak.
strong. She's Wakandan. We can have an off-screen where she's married the Black Panther, and she's his wife, and she picks up his mantle when he dies.
So instead of the Black
makes
Panther marrying
sense.
Storm, she can marry Johnny Storm. There we go.
Perfect.
Wow.
We got it. We nailed it, guys.
And she already
We did
works
it.
very. I mean, and it works kind of in every angle because she works really well with Shuri too.
Yeah,
And they show
like
that
each
in the
other.
movie.
Yeah. My vote.
Not that that's a big necessary.
I
'cause
certainly liked her a heart shaped Captain Marvel. So
Yeah.
Here's
let's do
my
it.
here's my
same.
challenge.
I'm
though,
not.
is,
I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel. I hate to say that, but I'm not.
Is there a heart-shaped herb still? Has it grown somewhere
See?
else?
Oh, of course.
Have they found it?
I'm thinking they have to because, I mean,
And do they
it's gotta
let
be someplace
Nakia
else.
drop the powers and get challenged by anybody out there.
Was there history on how they grow? Because I mean, technically,
No.
I was going to say technically they could. There's got to be something they can come up with.
Well,
The
in the
fact that
beginning-
there
in the
is-
very
he still has the
beginning,
Black
he
Panther in
did
him.
say that the Panther spirit showed him where the herb grew.
Correct.
And that's how they got it.
So
That
they're
could
gonna-
be a
yeah.
big focus.
Yeah.
Somebody
That's-
could get some visions of where it could be. I want it to be M'Baku because he was there for the battle when they were showing up. He was there to save Black Panther. He was there who saved him when he was down, and he was the only person to challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see it. He's also an excellent actor.
I still want, even if it's not him as Black Panther, he needs to be a bigger part of these movies.
Yes,
So
he was one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
I liked him a lot.
I mean, when he was showing up in that fight, which is my favorite fight scene in all of the Marvel history, is when they're fighting in Wakanda. That's my favorite fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about in Infinity War or in okay.
Infinity War?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this guy right here,
Yeah,
he needs to be a bigger part of this movie. So,
I agree.
and he's also not snapped away.
Yeah, but how could he also?
That's
he
true.
can't be M'Baku and also be the Black Panther. He's got to be one or the other.
The Black Panther is a mantle. The person, we could have John Williams here as the Black Panther.
Yeah, it's T'Challa the Black
I mean,
Panther.
I get it,
need to be
too.
M'Baku the Black Panther.
But at the same time, it'd be kind of weird making him, seeing as how, like, he brought it up, like the other outcast. Like, T'Challa was the first
And
king
will
that's come
we?
down there in
And will we
centuries.
get
Ever.
the-
So, yeah, ever.
But
You know
maybe
what
an
I mean?
outside
So,
threat is the thing that brings all five of the.
things together
yeah.
after. I don't know. See, to me, like he feels so. They feel super snubbed. Like he does, and you can feel it. Like that's when he came down on Challenge Day, and he's like, "We're gonna let this happen."
But
He
they
feels
came
snubbed.
together at the end.
And that's what I was
They
going to
stepped
say.
up
Is
when
like
they didn't have to.
he's gone a different route than how he started.
Mm-hmm.
But if he for some reason becomes a Black Panther, will we never have the White Gorilla? Because isn't that another big villain? And isn't he technically like so far been symbolized as the White Gorilla?
Yeah.
So maybe that was just okay, we're going to touch on that a
That's
little
what
bit
I'm
at the
saying,
beginning
like-
of the movie, and then that's never going to.
And it's
going
to be a massively built villainous issue, or maybe he never is. I don't
think
know.
that was it. I think he's just a good guy now.
Which is
Very
okay. That's
possible.
what I mean. Is like
Like
but
Winter
does-
Soldier, like he was a bad guy for the first,
Yeah, that's true.
for the first
But
movie,
does
and then
the actual White Gorilla, does it make sense comically? Not
Oh, this is the
funny,
MCU.
but you know what I
Apparently,
mean?
you can do whatever the fuck you want. So,
becoming Black Panther, is that like make sense?
see, that to me, it doesn't.
That's
it-
kind of what I'm thinking in my head. I mean, you can convince me, but
it doesn't.
You're saying he has too much of a character to make him evolve and do
even if
something
he
else.
Yeah.
was a baddie for 30 seconds and now he's known to be the White Gorilla. So that's what I mean. It's like you're taking that away from him.
no matter any of the storyline reasons, Disney is going to take the strongest person, the
Yeah.
person who can go on Jimmy Fallon and Stephen Colbert and all the talk shows and all the radio shows
Fair
and
enough.
hype this movie. So whoever that person is outside of
I
what's
think it
going
could
on,
be either of
Michael
them.
B. Jordan.
Which is why everything points to
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
that's my point.
That, and he's still technically, you don't know if he's dead. And if there is no more heart shaped, he did consume the last one allegedly.
And
The second to last one.
they do show in the end of
Is
that
the
movie is him
sunset.
falling over in the sunset, and you do see T'Challa leaning over him and doing something you don't know
He
what.
folds
He's
his arms
holding him.
up.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
holding
he
him.
folds his arms up.
But T'Challa fell off a cliff earlier and he came back. So
Yeah, and he had the powers of the
He
Black
also didn't
Panther in
get
him.
it. Well,
Not to mention,
That's
they
true.
also
Right through the
saved
chest.
the gentleman who got a bullet wound in his spine.
that's true.
See? And here's
Martin
my theory.
Freeman, the new Black Panther.
See, here's my theory. on the whole train fight, whenever the train came by or whatever, they lost their powers. Then they came back, they lost their powers. He got stabbed, his powers were gone. But if he walks
It's
off
not.
of that,
It's not the powers of the Black Panther that's gone. It's the suit that's
Suit-
powered
well, yeah,
down.
that's
The
what I'm saying. The
vibranium,
suit.
right?
Yeah.
So they still have the herb in their system.
so
Right.
they still have their in the system. So maybe he can heal it. I'll heal it. You never
Yeah.
know.
Put a little bead in wherever he
Yeah,
got.
you never know. He
and
could.
That's
Which is
apparently
essentially
how
what-
you fix everything.
Well,
in
stabilized
Wakanda.
it. Yeah, yeah. Who knows?
There's a lot of different ways it could go.
I'm excited.
Really
There's a
and truly.
TV show though. That's what a good addition to Disney Plus. There's so much you can do. There's science stuff. There's stuff they can do with like the United Nations and kind of how they interact with every other country.
Yeah.
I like it.
And we also are forgetting in Endgame, they talk about the earthquake in the ocean. We can't ignore the fact that Namor is probably going to be the big bad in Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
Same.
Namor.
The Submariner.
Yes.
I think he gets defeated and sent back into the ocean. I don't think he gets killed.
Yeah.
I think they want him to be their Aquaman because Namor can touch on anything.
Who's playing Namor? Do we got an idea?
I do have an idea, and I forget the gentleman's name, but he was in Dracula, Untold. He was also in, oh my gosh, he's in everything, man. He's actually in a lot of movies.
See, I was thinking Oscar Isaac, but he's playing something else. He's in Moon Knight.
Correct.
So it's got to be somebody different than that. Pedro Pascal.
Luke Evans. Luke Evans.
Sounds like a
ladies and gentlemen.
made-up name.
Tell me that this guy right here does not already look like Namor, and we haven't even seen a frame of him.
Done.
Oh, yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
He very easily. And he's a good, strong actor that can also go around and do the interviews.
Yes.
And all that
absolutely
other
could.
jazz.
He looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's half-brother.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
He looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt's half-brother that works out.
Yeah.
That's
Tom
older
Hardy
and
and-
buffer.
Joseph
And
Gordon-Levitt had a
he's
big-
got that demeanor.
Mhm.
I would see him and Michael B. Jordan go at it.
Does
Yeah.
he have a mustache in the movie, though? That's the real question.
That's
He doesn't
what we
need it.
need to have answered.
But maybe. Who knows?
I mean, he looks good with a mustache in that picture, so.
I don't know. I'm excited for
Does he
it.
have little wings on his feet?
By the time Black Panther
In real
2
life?
comes out, though, we're already dealing with multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
So who knows?
They just have to do it
I'm
right.
retaining my thoughts on all that stuff.
You could see a storm show up and save the day. You never know.
That's the sound it would make.
Yeah.
Because Storm
I
is
saw it
from
in my head when
Wakanda,
you did the
correct?
noise.
Am I correct in saying that?
What's that?
Storm is from Wakanda.
I don't think she's from Wakanda, is she?
She's from Africa. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from Africa.
I know she marries the Black Panther at some point. They
Right.
Comics, yeah.
Aurora Monroe.
He goes and visits her in the awful comic that we read,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that it was her.
Perfect.
Right?
I typed up Aurora Monroe and then
I
tried
blocked
to
it out.
look at
Okay.
it.
I don't remember.
I've immediately forgotten.
Do not type Aurora Monroe and then look at the images. It's not what you want.
Oh.
I was gonna say that sounds like.
I just looked at it and
porn
said,
star
"Oh
name.
God, what is this?"
Ryan wants to know if there are cheats involved.
Yep.
Oh my
And can
goodness.
they be clapped?
Raised in Harlem, but where is she from? It doesn't really say. Anyway, we'll figure it out. Somebody
ends up in Wakanda,
Somebody
at
is
least.
screaming into their phone or radio. She's from here. I'm sorry, dude. Sorry, can't hear you.
Put a message down at the bottom.
You can have your
Yeah.
dollar back. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let
there
us
you
know.
go.
I'm
Comment.
interested.
Well, I'm excited. Are you guys? I mean, it was gonna
Always.
be,
I'm excited.
good. That's all I wanted to hear out of you.
Thank you.
Finally,
Super pumped.
yeah.
Yep.
Scale of 1 to 3.
4.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa.
boy.
Unmeasurable.
I mean, you
I just want to see
Immeasurable.
which way they end up playing it more than anything.
I think we're gonna find out in the trailer, and then we'll have another one of these where we sit around and go, "Here's what happened in the trailer. Let's talk about it."
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know, it's kind of the nature of the beast. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in all of you. I want you to know that.
Oh, that's
What?
hurtful.
I'm just disappointed in every single one of you because we've been talking about Black Panther for over an hour now, and not one of you has said Wakanda forever at all.
You gotta
We gotta
end
say
it.
something for
You
the
say
scene.
that? Golly, no, we don't do that. That's not a gimmick.
You wait until the episode's over.
We never do that.
Yeah, we do.
Ended here on the music. That's why the music is playing.
Wakanda forever.